Okay, let's get right into this. So this video is where I answer questions for free from the general online community. They call the phone by dialing 407-279-1754. Let me just get this camera a little bit better. There we go. 407-279-1754. Again, 407-279-1754. I want to type it into basically the chat section real quick. Now, there are some rules with this, okay? So I can't give you perfect legal advice in any way with this because I don't have your entire file. Also, no question stacking. You can ask one question, two questions maybe, but no question stacking. Please, no question stacking. Now, don't go into story mode. Also, have your legal question ready. Also, please be kind, when you're going through your statements with stuff. Now, we've got the first caller on the phone right now. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. What is your legal question? And remember to use a fake name. Go ahead. Yep, I can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Walter. Yeah, my name's Tom.
Sure, yeah. Take your time.
Okay, I own a townhouse.
Mhm.
They want me to join the HOA. I've been on disability. I'm 56.
Okay.
Been on disability since 1999. I had my full medical review 5 years ago. It went fine on also generalized. It's likely 2 hours per month non-paid, but there's HOA drama, so I have to assume that someone's going to contact IG, SSDI to get joining the board.
Okay.
So the question is, can joining the board while to trigger CDR?
Are your actions being videotaped, and are they open to the public? Well, then what do you?
So,
I mean, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I didn't know because it's 2 hours per month joining the board. Yeah.
It's not 2 hours, man. It's 2 hours to sit there, but then it's hours and hours to prep your responses to people, deal with BS from people who want to self-govern their own butts. Look, the HOAs are like a cancer, and it's the tumor that grows with complaints. So the only way around it, people have found, is to either leave it or to essentially go ahead and, join the board. But you join the board, it's 2 hours where you're sitting there. It's not 2 hours where you're replying and figuring things out. They're going to expect you to come up with entire program fixes, to contact companies outside of those 2 hours. So, I mean, that ain't, that's not a little job.
Okay, I appreciate it. I didn't know. I just had a bunch of neighbors that wanted me to. I'm the type of person to complain at a meeting. They want to join, but I'm worried about IGSSA.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, IG, basically he's talking about the Inspector General, which are the attorneys on behalf of the SSA who oversee the CDI units that are investigators hired by the SSA to go and follow people around, which, to be fair, that's a very public position on a very public website on a very high level. Because remember, if you can do that, they're going to say, well,
exactly.
Why can't you do some other simpler job? Yeah.
That has been my argument. My neighbors can't because I wanted to get.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to keep jumping so I can do as many callers as possible. I will catch you later. You have
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question?
Walter, my question is about obviously the and I have researched. I've called because my return disability was from California, CalPERS. I haven't been able to fix some distribution because I out. I didn't. Some distribution. I haven't really found an answer to is that I've been on disability now and been on disability since. Does that affect any of the do you feel backpay or anything? Because I didn't really, I took a pension because I was vested. How does that affect it? Because it's on some distribution back then and I've been on disability since. Does that affect anything?
Okay, so just to clarify, you're on SSDI benefits how far back?
So like I said, I worked for county government in California. and I was a vested employee. And I also worked for a private sector for about 7 years before. So I have all of my credits or work, what do they call it? That I invested in both private and public sector. Both. I was qualified to get disability in either one, but I actually took a disability retirement in 2007.
When you were
And so
working, I got that part. When you were working at that
Okay,
prior
okay.
job, did you also pay FICA taxes while paying into the other pension?
So I worked when I was in the private sector. I paid into it, but when I was at the county, I did not pay security. And then no, at the county, I only paid Medicare taxes. If that makes sense. I actually got my work earnings history, and I looked at it, and it was a very weird thing to see which for the years I paid in. It says 0 on some, and then it has wages other years. It's a really funky looking thing. Look at my whole wage history. And so, yeah, but for the times I worked for the county, it says 0 under Social Security. Then Medicare taxes has earnings under that. So it's really weird for me to look at. But no, I did not pay FICA taxes for the county time, but I did pay during the times I worked for a private sector.
Okay, so all right, so in that case, you're very likely to have some adjustment, as a result.
Okay.
I don't know how big it's going to be because I don't have your work history. I don't have your WHAT or your detailed earnings query in front of me, but you're going to see something there, very likely. But let me do this. I'm going to pop over to the next call because we have somebody who literally has been, calling in 12 times now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I will catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful night.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember, to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead. Okay.
I have a brother, and he has been on disability for about 15 years, and I was just wondering, when would he have to go through any kind of testing or this reviews or anything like that? He's not ever done that. I was wondering if he's going to have to do that, like when would he possibly have to be involved in being reviewed by a board or anything?
So, I mean, what I would say is this, go ahead and basically call the SSA or actually have your brother call the SSA and he can ask when his next CDR or continuing disability review is, and that'll tell you, it'll dictate essentially when he can expect being reviewed. He might be on a list if his impairment is of a certain type where they're just not going to go ahead and review him. And in that case, there won't be one. But bottom line is this, very important, give the SSA local field office a call or have your brother do it, and then they'll be able to tell him when and where.
All right, I will let him know. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I have a car that I'm going to sell, and I am not sure if I have to report. Like, I'm probably going to get $800, maybe $1,000 for the car. Am I going to have to report that, and how will that affect my SSDI and SSI check?
I mean, technically, you're supposed to, you're looking for income. So, like, what did you buy it for versus what did you sell it for? Capital gains. Technically, you're supposed to report that stuff to the SSA. So, as an attorney, I have to advise you that you should report that to the SSA. But look, I mean, there's the other side of it where it's like, when people have like, lawn sales, a lot of those people don't report stuff to the SSA. But again, as an attorney, I have to tell you that you should report any forms of income that you have to the SSA. So just, so just realize, but remember, that's still under SGA, the $1,620, $1,620 per month. And you're SSDI, not SSI, right?
Both.
You're both. So yeah, then the SSA is going to want to know every time that you have any money coming your way, they're going to want to know immediately what's going on because they can reduce your benefits as a result of that money coming your way. And they can go ahead and say, hey, we're going to take $1 away from every $2 you make, subtracted that 65-20, rule. So you want to be aware when you have any SSI, they are on the hunt to go ahead and reduce your benefits.
And also, when I listed the car and reported that I owned it
Mhm.
4 years ago and it was not running,
Mhm.
and I'm not allowed to drive. I have a traumatic brain injury.
Mhm.
And my daughter wants me to sell it. She thinks I can get $800 or $1,000. I listed it as being worth $100. Is that going to mess me up anyway?
I mean, is the car currently working?
Somebody helped me get it running so I could sell it.
Okay, so the car is now a change in value because it's currently working. When you originally posted that at $100, it wasn't working. A working car is obviously worth more than a non-working car, so you should be okay.
Right. Oh, and also, Walter, what's up with this new gig you got with guitar music and new stage you're setting up? What's that?
So basically, around 18 to 20 years ago, I was in the music industry, a little bit, and I went to Berklee College of Music way back in the day, which is like, the offset to Juilliard. Juilliard is probably the best.
I know exactly what that.
Yeah, so it's like the best, classical music school. Berklee College of Music was like the best contemporary music school. So I went to college for music and music business more specifically. And so I gave up all of the hobbies and stuff like that I wanted to do because of the law firm sucking a lot of time and it's just not making enough to pay for enough employees because that's just what disability law is. So, any law that's for the impoverished, it just doesn't pay well. So it used to pay well way back in the day, but it's not that way anymore. Now, the thing is basically this, and just a reminder to the other callers calling in right now, you have to wait until I pop off this call or get close to the end of the call. But the point is, I've set up a mini stage by lining up a bunch of guitar amps, putting down a fancy carpet that I didn't even know we really had, and then didn't really get the permission until I put it down to realize that it was actually down. Because I don't know what's a nice carpet. I just know that when I put it down, I stepped on it. I was like, "Woo, that's a nice material." Anyways, that carpet got put down. But they were cool with it. It was fine. And basically, I've lined up some guitars. Not all the gear in this, like when you see the actual thing, is mine. Some of it's my electrician's. Some of it's my buddy who does accounting. Some of it's here and there. And then one of it's from an amp guy. So the point is,
So you play?
I can play guitar. I'm going to be doing a video where I actually play some guitar.
What kind of that?
So I have a Stratocaster, Telecaster, ES355 Gibson, and I have a what is it called? An Eastman. It's like a jazz body. And so basically, like but I've started to look at. Yeah. So I don't have a 12-string guitar. My dad has a 12-string Taylor. With I think, they're super cool. But bottom line is this: I'm really excited about it. We're gonna be having people come in, literally sit down. I'm gonna rig up all the microphones, run it into the mix board, and you guys are gonna get mini halftime shows with them playing. So I'm really excited because I had to give up on the stuff that I loved to do the stuff that
Walter,
yeah.
You make my 70-year-old hippie heart so happy here.
Good.
And I am looking forward to it.
Good.
I want to jam with you.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I'm all for it. Like I'm all like so and so here's the thing too. I want to get like cool instruments in that people don't know about, like, different types of instruments that are not traditionally used in regular albums because there's a lot of stringed instruments. There's a lot of metal, basically type of tapping instruments that just people don't even know exist. And so
are you familiar with Playing for Change?
I've heard of them. I don't know them super duper well, but
please look it up.
Yeah.
Playing for Change. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. So, but
Sure.
any place that basically is artists that I can pull from to put in front of the camera and say, here's your shot, get in front of a lot of people. I'm excited about it. And I'm hoping that the channel can actually it won't launch people, but it will be a little stone in the process of building their castle, So, yeah.
What are you, in your 40s, 30s?
So I am currently 38, going on 39 in the not too distant future.
I was 37 on a day, 17.
Sure. Well, hey,
cooking you dinner and making you cake, rubbing
telling
your
you.
back, and
I love it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for the jam sessions. I'm all for it. So,
you're awesome.
but
You're
thank
awesome
you.
human, Walter.
Thank
You're
you. Thank
awesome
you.
human.
Thank you. You as well, madam. I will catch you a little bit later, and you have a wonderful, beautiful night. And I'm gonna have those music videos out soon, very soon. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect.
Have a great night.
You too. Thank you
Kiss
so
your fur
much.
babies.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. I'm so excited about the music stuff. Like I'm really excited about that. Let me do the next caller here. Speakerphone. Hi, we are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi, yeah. So the reason I'm calling is because I was receiving disability like in 2013,
Okay.
and then I made $40 too much one month, and
Okay.
so then they took me off of it. I reapplied about 10 years later
Okay.
and was approved, but they would not. They took out all the money that I was awarded to pay the back pay of what I have been overpaid, even though I had appealed. I was denied my appeal. Now, you had mentioned something a few months ago about a new law that had come out regarding whenever a person is denied their appeal for an overpayment, not having to pay that. Now, I was just wondering, is there a possibility that I can still go back and try to deal with that denial of my appeal?
I mean, do you have an overpayment still due right now?
No. When I was approved 10 years later, they took out the overpayment from the
Back pay. Yeah.
money from waiting.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. How many years ago are we talking about going back in time?
I think I was taken off like in 2013, 2014.
So that would
About
just
10
be
years.
that would be too far back. You know what I mean? To go ahead and, make that claim and go back. Because keep in mind, 2013 is like, we're talking 7 years plus 5 years. We're talking a long time ago. In that instance, pretty much that's going to hold when it comes to overpayment, payments, and things like that. And keep in mind too, the rules that are applicable now, where they're doing like waivers and they're not being super aggressive with 2,000, 5,000. Oh, I think Sweetie found a sweet boy. But Sweetie, bring me. Okay. So the point is, I think that those rules are not going to be applicable to that situation. It's just way too far back in time with that. But you do reserve rights to go ahead and begin appeals for overpayments. But I don't also know where your last appeal was with that situation or what the deal was. Because when you say, hey, you worked too much for 1 month. Well, you had to have been over for, basically 9 months of the trial of the 9-month trial work period, plus another 3 months on the, extended eligibility period. So basically you had to be earning too much for essentially 13 months. And on the 13th month, they nipped you and took you off of the benefit.
Oh, so I had already been on the program for a few years. Then I went over about $50 1 month. And that's what they took me off. But they waited about 3 years before they took me off. And then I had to pay all of the overpayment back.
Gotcha. Yeah. So in that instance, it's just way too far back. Unfortunately, like you're not going to be able to recoup funds from back pay for that sort of situation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. But you have a wonderful, wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. So just as a heads up, my phone is, just as a heads up, I've missed 54 calls just in the time period that we've been doing this. So just as a heads up, the phone is going through seizures right now. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
How you doing? My name is Mick Jagger.
I love it.
I live here on the west coast of Florida.
Cool.
I'm on SSDI.
Cool.
I was recently diagnosed with lung cancer too.
Ugh.
Okay. My mother and father had a house and they passed away and the house went to me.
Okay.
I have no insurance on the house.
Okay.
The house got damaged, roof damage from Hurricane Milton.
Okay.
There's a tarp on the roof. There's half of the ceiling came down the back room.
Ugh, not good.
I applied for FEMA assistance.
Yeah.
They send me today a check for $5,100.
Okay.
Money's going to go straight to the contractor.
Mm-hmm.
Will that affect my SSI benefits?
No. FEMA assistance is not any form of countable income. It's for disaster relief. The bottom line is that money, you can report it to the SSA, but it's not going to count against you. Because remember, the whole thing is that money gets directly passed over to the person who's going to be rebuilding the roof. So, I mean, remember the hurricane stuff, sometimes you get not just ply damage, but, if it's fallen in, you sometimes get 2x4 and 2x6 damage. So, you got to use that to create a habitable area. It's not going to count against you.
Okay. Should I report it or no?
You can report it. I mean, if it were me, I would get a 795, put it on there with explanation as to what it is, what's being used for and who the contractor is that's receiving it. That way the SSA doesn't flub it up. That way they got on file a definition of why it's not countable, non-countable, or any form of income.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your advice, Counselor.
Absolutely, sir. You have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yes, this is Tina Turner.
Love it. Love it.
I just got approved for my disability.
Mhm.
I haven't received back time yet
Mhm.
or my first check yet.
Mhm.
Supposedly supposed to get it on the 3rd.
Okay.
Is anything going to affect me? They sent me a ticket to work yesterday, and I don't understand all that.
Well, I mean, was it like the template ticket to work form? Because they send out like a little pamphlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
a pamphlet.
Yeah, that's one of those. They send it to everybody. Because remember, the SSA wants to get people back to work kind of gig, get them off the benefits, yada, yada. So keep in mind, you've already completed your pre-effectuation interview, your perk call. Have they called you? You've spoken with them, they've explained. Have you done that so far or no?
Well, they've got me confused. They said since I hadn't worked so long, I'm drawing off my late husband. But when they filed me, when I first filed up for it the 3rd time for disability, they also signed me up for SSI, which I never got, and SSDI. And they said I'm drawing off my husband's income.
Okay.
So I don't know if I don't know if I'm getting spousal or if I'm getting disability, but they approved me for disability. So I'm confused on all of it.
All right. So what you want to do, just, aside from the money thing, you want to find out what programs you're on and what things you need to do to stay on those programs. Because, a lot of people get onto like a spousal plus SSDI plus little SS, they get onto all these programs and they don't realize what all the limitations are. It is crucial, even when you start getting your first payments, that you learn what all the programs are, which program is paying how much, and what you have to watch out for each program. It's because some people will be getting like, 15, $20 of SSI, $300 of SSI, $100 of SSI, and they don't want to have to deal with those.
I don't think I will get it because I'm going to be drawing like $2,300 a month.
Yeah, you're outside of the SSI range then. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So will I automatically switch over to spousal, or how does that work?
So when they start doing payments, back pay payments are usually kind of split up. Because remember, with SSI, they have all these rules and regulations, whereas with SSDI, they just, shove you the big check, you're good to go, have fun. The spousal benefits, they'll usually integrate that and do the final calculations before they start sending out your forward pay, which is your like month to month to month going forward benefits. So your back pay may be split up when you receive the payments, but your forward pay will usually be just one check.
Yes, they told me I'd only get one check, but on the back pay, I should get spousal and disability, right?
Mhm.
Or is that not right?
I mean, if they're due, then yeah, you should be able to access those as well.
Okay, that's what I would need to know, and I appreciate you so much. I watch you all the time.
Thank you,
Great
madam.
job.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I will catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, okay?
You too.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye. So I'm just realizing, I think the reason we're having a tough time with the audio with this is that this microphone is going into the Rode, like, what's it called? Rodecaster 2 or whatever mix board. And when people call this phone, if the phone is too far away, it thinks it's like back alley noise and it's cutting that out. But when the phone's like right up close to it, it's catching people and yada yada. So I think that's the issue we're having with this particular video. So I'll make sure that the video or that the phone is right next to the microphone going forward. Like, just let me give these two a little kiss. There you go. A little kiss right there. Mwah. All right. Now, Scaredy Cat, thank you for the $1 donation. That's absolutely amazing. Very, very cool. Let me go ahead and take this. Now we're going to go to 30 minutes. So another one or two calls, and then we're there. Here we go. Hi. Oh, that's one of them. I don't know what happened with that. Yeah. So there's over like 70 something calls that have tried to call in and stuff. We've only gotten a couple of them. A lot of people call with the anonymous number or US cellular number, stuff like that. But anyways, Let's see what we got here. I'm going to wait for the final caller, potentially the last call of the night. Well, we might do 2 more. We have to see how quickly that call will be. Any additionals? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see what we got. We're going to take this one real quick. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember, use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. I appreciate your time, Walter.
Yeah.
This is Jimmy. I filed for disability about 8 years ago. They sent some doctor that looked at me. I'm a healthy looking person.
Okay.
Asked me if I could sweep the rug. I said, yeah. He turned me down. I filed a few years later. They turned me down. I was parked on the side of the road. Somebody hit me head on at 50 at work. And of course, opposing doctors, the companies and mine had all separating, opposing opinions. But my body's completely dilapidated from that. I worked as an iron worker and I worked heavy duty agricultural jobs and logging. And so my body's wore out. And I asked them even for medical, and because when somebody hit me head on, they gave me a settlement. I bought the house I live in and a house that pays $300 a month rent to cover my electric bill for a long time. And they turned me down because I own 2 vehicles. One of them's only a kind of a junker emergency, and I have that income. They won't even let me get medical, much less disability.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about it.
Okay. So you're basically saying, in summary, you can't get approved. You think the CE doctors, CEMEs, medical experts on behalf of the SSA are unfair. A lot of people do. Not disagreeing with that. What is your path when it comes to employment and earning money over the next 6 months?
I haven't been able to make a living or do a day's work in about 8 years. I haven't had the stamina to do that for a long time. And my body's dilapidated so much since the wreck. No matter how much I try, I'm good for about an hour of movement a day, and I'm wore out until I get enough rest and heat and food again for another day.
What are your top 5 most severe disabling medical conditions that limit you to do functional tasks?
I've had 7 broken hips, 5 broken backs, broken pelvis, arms, legs, all of it.
But how did you heal? Because the kicker with the car accident ones is that the SSA takes time with those claims. They take more time because they want to see how the person is going to improve over time. So how have you?
It was a rush job. They didn't consider me in any manner whatsoever.
Okay.
And the thing about it is I was medically trained as a pretty young person. Okay. So I'm not ignorant to what I'm feeling or what I know physically happens or what a doctor says. Okay. And that is why I could blatantly see it was just a get him out of here kind of situation.
Okay.
And I was not in the position to afford waiting. The day I got in the wreck, I was homeless. Mm-hmm. That caused so much damage in my life that it was unrecoverable, and it took me over 2 years to be able to stand up for over an hour.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha.
And then it kept dilapidating, but I keep asking them for any kind of help, even medical, when I have kidney problems, and they just refuse me at all angles. It's horrific.
What's the current age?
58.
Where most of
but I left home. I've been working for wages since I was 11. I didn't go to high school and all that. I was a straight out 12-hour-a-day labor employee by the time I was 11.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. When it comes to, your work, was a lot of it over the table or under the table when it comes to payroll?
Well, they tell me I don't have that much of a work history, but that's impossible because I worked for the biggest agricultural producers in the country. They took it out of our pay. I don't know if they paid it or claimed it, and I've been an iron worker.
Sure.
I mean, they have a history. They're saying because of the last few years, I haven't pitched in none of that counts.
Okay, call me, not tomorrow. Call me on Thursday. Let's catch up. I'll see what I can do to kind of get you on track, get you rolling in the right direction. But what I need you to do in between now and Thursday, because tomorrow I work with the homeless. Wednesdays, I'm never really available because I work with the homeless. But tomorrow, I need you to call the SSA, wait 45 minutes on the phone to an hour or whatever it is, and ask them, what is your date last insured? Again, your date last insured, because I need to know what that is for the next conversation we have on Thursday.
I appreciate that.
Perfect, good sir. I will catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night, okay?
Yep. Keep doing this stuff for everybody. Thank you very much. Talk to you Thursday.
Thank you, good sir. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Perfect, everybody. So that is the final call of the night. I know the phone is buzzing in my hand right now. With that said, let me go ahead and boop right there. Excellent. I will catch you all a little bit later. Please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Don't be afraid of it. If I helped you with this video, please consider going to Google and typing in Disability Resolution Law Firm or Disability Resolution Florida. Go to Google, throw some stars up there. I will catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. Mondays and Thursdays, I usually go live, but I'm probably going to be doing it as Tuesdays and Thursdays. Honestly, I might be switching it to just Thursdays and maybe Sundays. I'm not even sure yet, because Tuesdays are tough because I have to wake up super early to go to the homeless office tomorrow. So I'll catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will go from there. Please take care of yourself. And also, if you need a private session of 1 hour with me, just go through some complex thing, little mini contract below. I'll catch you later. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.